focusing on stuff more than the workout, and then swinging our legs. So feet together, right fists, hands like clouds. Remember, keep the eyes focused on the center of the palm as you breathe in one way, breathe out the other way. And begin. And shake it out. Move on to the Qigong. Breathe in. And out. Breathe in. Out. Breathe in. Out. Next set, breathe in. Out. In. Out. Breathe in. Out. And the closing. Breathe in. And out. Let's get our warm up going. Neck stretch. Up. Stretch it up. Down. Right side. Switch. Switch. And switch. Neck rotations. Other way. And hands up. Wrist rotations in. Out. Shoulder rotations forward. Back. Slap the kidneys. Chest. Center. Hip rotations. Other way. And shake it out. Move on to grabbing the ball waist, turning. Remember to engage the core. Breathe in. Out. Breathe in. Out. In. Out. Breathe in. We're going the other way. Out. In. Out. Last one. Breathe in. And out. Shake it out. Stand up. Feet together. Knee rotations. Other direction. Separate the feet. Knee rotations in. Out. Ankle rotations right side. Inward circles. Way. And switch sides. Other way. And shake it out. And slap the left side. Switch. Legs. Lower back. Stomach washing. up the head. Warm up the hands. Massage the face, forehead. Eyes. Nose. Mouth. Neck. Thyroid glands. Kidneys. And shake it out. Now we're going to move on to the 8 brocades. Now remember, when we do the 8 brocades, so there's 2 different ways that Qigong styles often work, and exercises sometimes involve tension to direct energy to a certain part of the body. Let's take this exercise here for the thyroid, stems from a Qigong exercise. How does it work? It's creating tension to stimulate the area in which the thyroid gland is. 8 brocades is the opposite. 8 brocades, yes, it does create some tension in the stance or number 7, but for the most part, everything is relaxed to maximize the ability for the energy to flow. If it's tense, the way that I've been able to kind of make sense of it is that if something is tense, it's harder for it to flow, but once you relax, it can shoot through, kind of like you're building pressure and then releasing. So try to maintain a meditative mindset throughout the duration of the 8 brocades. And remember a while ago, not that long ago, the way the energy cycles and where it's supposed to go, try to keep that in mind, which I know is a little counterintuitive to keep a meditative mindset because you definitely don't want to be thinking too much, but just keep in mind, you want to draw the energy up from the ground. There's a point in between the big toe and the one next to it, I don't know the technical term, right down here. That's essentially where you want to see the energy coming up from, visualizing and cycling through to the top of the head, right up here, called the crown or the baihui, whatever technical term you want to give it. And it kind of just cycles theoretically. So as we do the 8 brocades, hopefully you remember what the exercise names are, because I just kind of want to flow through them. And that way you can keep that meditative mindset without being compromised by stopping it going. All right, lecture's over. Number 1, and we're going to go straight through. Breathe in. And out. In. Out. In. Out. In. And out. Breathe in. Out. In. And out. Going right into number 2, pulling the bow and shooting the arrow. Breathe in. Out. In. Out. In. Out. Breathe in. Out. In. Out. Breathe in. Out. And the closing, breathe in. And out. On to number 3, pressing up and down for the stomach and the spleen. Breathe in. Out. In. Out. In. Out. Breathe in. Out. In. Out. Last one, breathe in. Out. The closing, breathe in. And out. Next one, number 4, looking back. Breathe in. And out. In. Out. Breathe in. Out. In. Out. In. Out. Breathe. And out. And the closing. And out. Before we get into number 5, since we're at that point, side. Another example of what I was explaining earlier about how the Qigong works. The first little, because there's no real tension involved. When you do the 8 brocades, upon doing it now, I kind of realized I was like half wrong, because exercises like this, well, this way, involve, I wouldn't say tension in terms of like, the shaking of the muscle itself, but you're applying more pressure on one side to stretch out the other side so that that side is more activated than the other. Then likewise, when you switch, the tension is released, it's stretched, energy can shoot through more effectively, I guess. But taking a look back at the first one, there really isn't much change in the relaxation of your body. It's just up and down. There's not much to it. Much like number 10, but even number 10, this gets tense. But nonetheless, the concept is the same. Even though there is a tension applied, it's not like a hard shaking muscle tension. The only exercise like that would be number 7. But even then, it's the difference between having a loose fist and having a tight fist. It's not like, super intense or anything. There are Qigong exercises like that, but not in Tai Chi. All right. Next one, number 5, wagging the tail. Breathe in. Out. In. In. Out. In. Out. In. Out. Last one, breathe in and out. Shake it out. That was 5. Number 6, jolting back for the immune system. Breathe in. Out. In. Out. In. Out. Breathe in. And out. In. Out. Breathe in. Out. And closing, breathe in and out. Number 7, staring at the fists with angry eyes. Breathe in. Out. Breathe in. Out. In. Out. Breathe in. Out. In. Out. Breathe in. Out. And closing, breathe in and out. Shake it out. Next one, number 8. Rising up with the heels to bring the energy to the crown. Breathe in. Out. In. Out. In. And out. All right. Which time do we have? Plenty of time. Okay. So we're going to do some seated meditation. Actually, no. We're going to stretch a little bit first. So why do we meditate before the form? Well, the form is honestly the most active part of the class because it involves so much changing and stances as opposed to being stationary. But typically we would meditate before the stretching, but I always found that kind of counterintuitive to that meditative mindset that's kind of sort of required for the form. But at home, you know, do what you feel is best. And head down. And right leg out. Stretch forward. Switch. Other side. And straddle splits. And you can just sit back and stretch forward. Sorry, I usually just open up and sit back, but for some reason I treated it like this was a Kung Fu class. And stretch the right side. I know we're moving a little bit quick through the stretches. I just really want to get to the form today because I know we don't, every other class, we don't really get to focus on it. And switch. And feet together. Stretch forward. And find a comfortable position to sit in. We're going to do our seated meditation now. let's do one together. So I'm going to do the count and you guys try to follow with the breath. We're going to start just breathing in for a 4 count, hold for a 2 count, breathe out for a 4 count, hold for a 2 count. And then we'll increase to 6 and 3, and then we'll just stop. So, and remember with the hands, if you want, you can put, if you're female, put your left hand on top of the right. If you're male, put your right hand on top of the left. Or you can just keep them down relaxed. Either way is fine. So breathe in, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out, 1, 2. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, out, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, out, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2. Breathe out, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2. Breathe out, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2. Breathe out, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2. Breathing in for 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold, 2, 3. Breathe out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold, 2, 3. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold, 2, 3. Breathe out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold, 2, 3. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold, 2, 3. Breathe out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold, 2, 3. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold, 2, 3. Breathe out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And open your eyes. And to close out the meditation, we're going to do a variant to the first Qigong exercise. Breathe in and follow with the hands. And out. Breathe in. Out. Last one. Breathe in. And out. And we move on to the 24 postures. And begin. All right, cool. So, all right. I really cannot remember where we left off in terms of detailing. I want to say it was brush, knee, and push, but yeah, I'm gonna go with that because I remember going over that last time. Well, one of those last times. So just brief. Remember when we're doing the grab of the ball, or brush, knee, and push, there's this like an these fingers and the palm all kind of meet. Now all that happens primarily because of the waist action, and that's a theme that's consistent. Be it here, be it here, whatever the movement is, the waist is generally what guides the movement. So taking it from the last brush, knee, and push, we're going to break that rule I just said. The waist guides the movement. Not really on this next move. So on this one, contrary to what it seems like, you're going to step in place of waist action, but it's very slight. So that's the strum de lutte, I believe. Now, when we move on to repulse monkey, we go back into our normal pattern. As you come up, the torso stays facing one way, but as we go back and untwist, the waist guides the action. And that's going to be the same for all four. So from here, 1, 2. I guess you can kind of step forward a little bit. You don't really have to. I don't know if I'm doing it because of the small space or if it's just how I do it. But for the most part, you want to try and stay in place. So next move, both hands come up together with the leg, step behind. And as you untwist, this hand comes to your ear. And for the most part, without moving my hands, this is about where they end. So just to say, the waist does most of the action. But as you untwist, you're pulling with one hand, pushing with the other. And that continues onto the next. As you come behind and twist. Now, taking it from the original, first grab the ball and brush, more or less the only breaks in the movement are going to be the white crane spreads wings and strum de lutte. What I mean by that is each of these, the brush the horses main section, brush knee and push section, and repulse monkey section, they're all very continuous. So there's really no stopping point as you go through the actions. Everything just kind of flows into one. Now that was pretty bad, but that was just to show you more or less how it's supposed to look. And then once you get here, it's arguable that there really is no stopping point at all, because once I hit here, I don't have to stop to go into the next one. I can just flow right into the action. And the same thing kind of applies to the next move, but there is a little bit of a break in the footwork because you have to stop to be able to come up. But once that's accomplished, the same pattern applies. You keep going. However, when practicing on your own, I advise to not stray away from the square format. And by that, I mean breaking it down and slowing it down and making it a little bit more choppy just to make sure your alignment and positioning is right. So taking it again from the strum de lutte, you come up, Both hands are more or less in line. As you start going back, this hand comes to your ear. Now, regarding the footwork, the left leg steps behind. The toes are in line with the heel. So the toes in the back are in line with the heel in the front, so that when you untwist, you're already in the right position. There's no need to adjust your feet. So, sorry. You come up, then when you go back and you untwist, you should already be in the same position. Now this position, this stance is called an empty stance. There's a cat stance at the toe, empty stance with the flat foot. The same theory applies in that the cat stance, all the weight is on one leg. With the empty stance, all the weight is on the back leg. Only difference, the foot is flat in the front. So, and I know I'm kind of moving like the Flash in terms of my speech, but time is not of the essence. Well, time is of the essence. I don't know how that saying works. Anyhow, one more time. So, you come up, and the hand comes to the ear. You untwist, and remember the waist is guiding the action. And now the same thing. Once you get comfortable doing this, you can just continue on to the next one without stopping. And of course, my space is limited, so it forces me to adjust my footwork. But if you do have adequate spacing, the move, I'm just gonna kind of do it standing just so you can see. But the movement should be continuous. And then you stop on the fourth one, but not really. You go straight and to grab the ball, which we'll get into next time. Which, you know what, I'm gonna make a note of that right now, that we need to stop there because I'm gonna forget. Sorry. Okay. So, very quickly, one more time. Just key things to remember because we're taking today out of time. The alignment here is very important because that's what sets you up to continue. And the synchronization, the hands are always moving together, regardless of where the movement happens. Like strum the lute, there's a 1-2 pattern. With this, there is no 1-2, it's all one. Everything comes up together, and as this moves, they're moving together. So, key things, the footwork, remembering that the Tai Chi form in general is one movement, but it is important to practice it broken down. I think that's about it. Yeah, and the synchronization of the hands, which I just explained. So that's class. If you are interested, we are going to try and somehow, some way, teach the Tai Chi class outdoors at the community center if you guys sign up. So if you feel comfortable, sign up. It's going to be outdoors. We'll be doing, social distancing. We'll wear the mask, and we'll have our session. I know it's not, it's not ideal. I understand. Nobody wants to wear a mask. It's uncomfortable. But you know what? If it helps mitigate the spread of the virus, then I'm all for it. If we keep social distancing, if we wear a mask and we just play it safe, play it smart, we'll be good to go. Yeah, I mean, I want to say the sign up is on the community center's website. However, you can just give them a call and they will let you know.
Yeah,
So yeah, with that said,
on that
together.
note, Brandon, so the class, the Tai Chi will be Thursday at 10 on the park. It is $60 for 8 weeks. It's more money because it's less people. Because of social distancing, we have to keep the numbers down. And also you can register. It's completely, touchless. We have launched our Civic Rec page. So you can go ahead and go on the town's website, click on community services, and then it can take you go to I put it both in adults and seniors programs, so you can go either way, and registered for the Tai Chi program. So and then just show up on your class, and it's all touchless based. Bring your mask if you don't want to be on the ground or anything. I mean, Tai Chi doesn't have floor posts like yoga, but if you want to bring a mat or something to stand on so you don't have to stand on the grass, you may do so as well. Okay.
All right, sounds good.